go on spring break. So. Oh, really? I've also thought about like trying to somewhere.
Yeah. We can do backcountry work. I actually had a student that several years ago talked about doing backcountry work. So they were, he's like, you only went in, he says it was a great summer job because you couldn't spend any money because you're in the backcountry all the time. You only went, what's it, like
Dogs only go up.
They
go down.
Yeah. You went into town once or twice and that was about it.
Okay.
Yes.
So according to a report by the USDA Forest Service dated around January 2012, in the U.S. there are about 225.6 million acres of national forests. Now, in a place like San Luis Obispo, that's not considered generally forested, many people I've talked to don't know how these lands are managed. So that's why I've decided to inform my audience on the inner workings and the general purpose of the United States Forest Service. To best go about this, I would like to put each of you in the mind frame of a college student starting an entrance level job at the Los Padres National Forest. That's the one closest to you. So a warning for that is that working for government can be a little bit overwhelming to understand just what you're working for. So to start out with that, let's start with the head honcho. This is the President of the United States right now, Donald J. Trump. And out of the three branches of government, he heads up the executive branch. According to USA.gov, a site on the executive branch, they carry out and they enforce the law. Now, in order to do this, they divide and conquer, specifically into 15 different agencies. And for the most part, these agencies are bureaucratic, meaning that they are run by appointed officials, not elected ones. So that brings us to the next in our line of bosses for the U.S. Forest Service. That leads us to the United States Department of Agriculture. So currently, it's led by Sonny Perdue. He is the Secretary of Agriculture. Now, a few of the job descriptions for the USDA include assessing food intake in obese and non-obese people, as outlined by the American Journal for Clinical Nutrition in 2003, and providing aid to farmers across the U.S. Now, this doesn't sound much like forestry, so for that we need to go one more step down the line. So under him, we have the United States Forest Service. For this, your boss is going to be the Chief Forester. In that position right now is Tony Took. His job includes congressional budgeting and monitoring agency activity when reporting back to the Congress, as well as establishing policy. So thanks to the U.S. Forest Service, A History, written by Harold K. Steen, published in 2004, we have this map here to show just all of the land managed under the National Forest System. So that's a lot of land to manage. So this means Tony Took still has all this. So we have here another case of divide and conquer, this time into 10 geographical regions. So, still in the mindset of an entry-level worker, this is where we finally start to get into the realm of the agency that you are within reach of. So, the man pictured here is Randy Moore, the current regional forester for Region 5. This region includes all of the national forests in California and Hawaii. He directs the work of the forest supervisors and the district rangers. Still, it's a long shot to talk to him if you're entry level. For this, we head down the line once again. Here is the forest supervisor. On a small forest, you're likely to run into the forest sup. You'll see his name on the door in the supervisor's office. His job is to monitor forest activity and make sure it aligns with what the region needs, and also to administer the allocated budget. For Los Padres National Forest, we have this man, Robert Baird. The Forest Service supervisor, in turn, works closely with the staff level positions. As an entry-level title, you do often work with these staff level positions. More often than not, though, you'll be working under a project manager. He or she is the most invested in the work that you're doing. They know exactly what needs to be done, and they see to it that it's executed the way that their higher-ups ask them to. Now, to be in one of these management level positions, it takes a lot of leadership abilities. This is due to the fact that you're working very closely with the operations level, the people who are actually doing the job. So that brings us to the operations level. This is where you will start if you go for that summer job. So as my interviewee, Brianna Suela, Conservation Education Assistant at the LTVMU National Forest, pointed out, these people are the doers. They are the boots on the ground. So the doers are the hardest level of service to put a job description to because they do just about everything. In this position, you could find yourself as a firefighter or a trail creator. So either way, you are the people who actually do what it took up to 7 levels of management at this point to actually get done. You convert policy and ideas into reality. So now that we've seen the line of successors that it takes for just one employee, it's a bit easier to understand just the magnitude of the operation of the National Forest Service. So now imagine that for every employee, with every manager in each forest in each region of the United States. It's a big deal and not many people know about it. An important thing to remember is that policy doesn't just get put into place if only one of these positions is missing. Each is important and necessary, especially for effectively controlling the amount of land that the U.S. has to offer. Thanks.